Okay guys, so before we get into the analysis, I just want to mention that 2 new screenshots have been released. As you can see here, Cooler is returning, and because they're showing this, I think it's safe to say that team battles will also return. The next screenshot that was released is just confusing. We see time patrollers and members of Frieza's army inside of Frieza's spaceship, and they're not being hostile towards each other. Maybe this is a prop inside of the new city, which has been revealed to be Content City, and the members of Frieza's army maybe escaped and now they are good. Who knows, we'll see in the future. And with that out the way, let's jump into the analysis of Future Gohan versus Turles. Right off the bat, the gameplay looks similar to Xenoverse 1, which is to be expected. The mountain stage has been updated. The sky has been recoloured from the purple in Xenoverse 1 to a mix of orange and red, which I personally prefer. It looks like the clouds have been updated to look more realistic and kind of look similar to those that were in Ultimate Tenkaichi. Here we see a pretty nice particle effect when ki blasts hit the environment. This isn't the best angle to talk about this, but we will get into it a bit later on. Homing dash returns, so you can say goodbye to runners. Before Turles does the homing dash, you can see that if I pause it, it looks like he's about to do something else, but changes at the last second because Gohan fires a Masengo at him. I don't know what this is, but there's every possibility it's just a way to supercharge the homing dash. Who knows? We see Turles and Gohan use the exact same full power energy wave ultimate attack. This confirms that we can have at least 3 ultimate attacks at once. We see Gohan use Super Saiyan, Fierce Combination, and then finally the generic full power energy wave. Maybe every single character, regardless of which ultimate attack you pick, will also be given this generic full power energy wave, maybe to ensure that you can engage in being clashes if they do indeed return. We also see Turles use his signature I'll dig your grave ultimate attack, and it looks like Dimps are putting a stronger emphasis on cutscenes during battles. And for this specific ultimate attack, it looks like the way you activate it is by using this blue shield or barrier type of thing for a certain amount of time to lock your opponent into the cutscene. And if they're going to use this mechanic for other attacks, then I have to hand it to Dimps, because that's a really smart way to introduce more cinematic attacks in Xenoverse. But I'm guessing if you use this attack in team battles, you can still have your guard broken and free your teammate. I love that they gave Future Gohan his own Super Saiyan power-up animation. This makes me wonder if they are going to give other characters their own animations for transforming, like how we saw Gohan turn Super Saiyan 2 and how Goku turned into a Super Saiyan Blue. And I really hope we can have these animations for our created characters. But in all likeliness, I just see them giving us the transformations called Super Gohan, you know, stuff like that. If you look closely, you can see that Gohan's aura as he transforms looks almost fire-like, which shows that he is indeed an unmastered Super Saiyan. This time around, when we reappear from vanishing, a teleportation sound effect plays. It's just a detail that wasn't in Xenoverse 1, but it's greatly welcomed. For some reason, I've been seeing people comment saying that Gohan used these backflips here to specifically dodge Turles' energy volley, which sadly just isn't the case. These backflips are just part of Future Gohan's ultimate attack called Fierce Combination. If you go back and play the previous games where Future Gohan was in them, you'll see it's the exact same thing there. I want to say hit detection looks better, but this is offline, so you can't really judge it at the moment. We see a new pursuit attack. Both Future Gohan and Turles use this exact pursuit, so I'm guessing this is something that's going to be available to every character, including created characters. Turles is given his signature super attack, Kill Driver, which isn't surprising, but what is surprising is that we can now attack enemies that are on the ground instead of them having invincibility frames. This debris cloud just looks great. I love that he doesn't vanish straight away, which really does remind me of Raging Blast 2, and if we pause here, you can see that we can now turn around without having to lock off from our opponent. The basic key attacks now chase your opponent much better than they did in Xenoverse 1. If the music that's playing is going to be part of the soundtrack, then I just need to give props to Dimps, because it sounds very much in the style of the music that was in Xenoverse 1. I'll play part of the track from the gameplay video and a track from Xenoverse 1 so you can hear the similarities. It's like they're going all out to make sure that we know this is a Xenoverse game, and to try and establish Xenoverse as the ultimate Dragon Ball game series. If we slow down these clips, you can see that once you stop using your aura or dashing, you temporarily glow the same colour of your aura. It's just a very minor detail, but it does give me hope to believe that when Dim say this is going to be the most detailed Dragon Ball game of all time, that they're actually being truthful. And this makes me believe even more that we will be able to change the colour of our auras for our created characters. But it does look like they are not putting sound effects for the auras in battle, which for me personally isn't a big deal, as I can easily edit the sound effects in later on while making videos. We can now sidestep vanish. When we see Turles land after being hit away by Gohan, we can see a sort of particle effect which stays for at least 11 seconds. I know this doesn't sound like a big deal, but we've never had destruction that's lasted more than a few seconds. You can see if we pause it when Gohan dashes around Turles, we can see one of the rocks still there. It's also a very nice bit of detail that they've made the pebbles or rocks that break off interact with the shape of the environment rather than just clipping through like in past games. I'm not sure if this is dust or smoke or just a glitch in the video, but it looks like when Turles is charging up his energy volley, there's an impact on the mountain structure behind him to give a bit of a scale just how strong this attack is. And finally, the last bit of information that I found out that I think is worth sharing, if we slow down after Gohan uses his Kamehameha, for some reason, and I have no idea why they did this, they cut to a new fight. You can tell that they change fights because the Kamehameha dust cloud instantly becomes closer and the backdrop changes. But I mean, they could have just done this because Turles was about to be knocked out and they wanted to show Gohan's third ultimate attack in the same fight, or at least make it look like it was the same fight. And that is all I have to say on the analysis. Before I finish off the video, it's definitely worth mentioning that Xenoverse 2 is going to be shown on the GameSpot stage at 2:20 PM PDT. This video is going up at 7 PM BST, so new gameplay will be revealed around 3 hours and 20 minutes after this video is up. So make sure you keep an eye on this channel as I will be uploading the new gameplay that's revealed as soon as it's finished. Alright, thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.